This is Average Joe PT, and on this episode, we're going to talk about 4 ways to get rid of your headaches. We're going to go over those different techniques that you can do in your home, as well as why the heck are you having the headaches in the first place. So I want you to stay tuned. Now, these 4 different techniques that are used to reduce your headaches in your home really need to focus on why are they happening in the first place. So the first one I'm going to show you here is really Captain Obvious. This guy is definitely overusing his neck muscles and just causing the fatigue out. And when you do that long enough, it's going to then cause pain, and it's going to radiate all the way up into your neck and into your head, because those muscles cross both your spinal joints as well as in your skull themselves. Now, I've had a video out there a little while ago on specifically suboccipital headaches, and if you want to go ahead and look at that one after this video, I would recommend that, specifically if you're having headaches that seem to be maybe after whiplash, or if you were thrown or fallen, and that might be the cause of specifically your headaches, is because those small muscles that run the base of your skull got overstretched, and that will give you pain too. But on this episode, we're going to talk about some other ways that you can have headaches and the ways you can reduce them. So the second one here is we're talking about different sleeping patterns. If you're sleeping incorrectly, you're lengthening those muscles and stretching them out for a very long period of time, and that themselves can give you a lot of headache. Sometimes stress itself can cause a lot of problems when it comes to headaches. You can get it from your jaw area, you can get it from those suboccipitals, as well as you can get it from the muscles in your neck, what we call your upper trapezius or trap muscles. They can all refer pain into your head caused from stress. Now, some of the nice techniques for that one is simply just meditation. Some nice relaxing music in a quiet area for maybe 5 or 10 minutes a couple times a day. That will help when you've had a very stressful day. Another technique simply used is just ice. If you're having any kind of searing headache, you do not want to use heat. You want to use ice. Ice helps slow down those nerve pulses that's coming from those muscles that's then generating those headaches to begin with. So meditation and ice are 2 real nice techniques to help reducing your headaches when it's coming from stress. Now, when you're having that sleeping issue, that's a whole other episode unto itself, and how you should and should not sleep. And I'll be doing that one in the near future, so I want you to stay tuned for that one. But in short, you want to make sure that the pillow is supporting your entire shoulder, mid-back, as well as your neck. Now, I did talk a little bit about this in another video called the levator scapula and ways that gives you headaches. And I'll go ahead and leave a link for that one too if you want to go ahead and look at that one after this video. That one had specific techniques, as well as using what we call a Theracane and taping techniques to help eliminate that kind of headache pain. The next one I want to talk about here is essentially, now hopefully you guys will stay tuned, because the next one is really important, because it's going to happen to you guys all the time. We're looking at our phones, our tablets, our computers constantly throughout the day. That in itself is going to put a lot of stress on those small muscles of your neck, as well as the joints themselves. Specifically, these joints off to the side. I'm going to zoom up real close so you can see it. Those are called facet joints. Now, I have a couple videos specifically out on just that facet joints, as well as looking down at your phone giving you headaches too long. So what do you want to do with that? You definitely want to ice it. You want to stay out of those positions at least for a couple days to give those muscles time to calm down. Those have trigger points in them, and that's what's giving you your headaches going into the skull, into the front temple area. Now, I have a video specifically on trigger points that you might want to look at once we're done with this video. And there's a couple techniques, one of them being just massage, and showing you with using a tennis ball, gently just rolling on that tissue to help reduce the pain. Because when it's irritated, you don't want someone to dig into that with their thumbs or their fingers in general, because that in itself can give you a lot of pain. After that massage, you want to ice it. You want to ice it for about 10-15 minutes. You want to do that 3 to 4 times a day until your headaches are consistently going away. Now, the last one I'd like to talk about is, stay tuned, we'll be right back. Now, these 4 techniques that we talked about, ice, massage, meditation, and medication, which is the last one we're talking about, the medication piece can definitely help a lot when it's just an inflammatory process causing a lot of your symptoms, which is probably what's going on. Something simple is maybe some Excedrin or ibuprofen, something that has an anti-inflammatory, non-steroidal, and caffeine on top of it to help get that medication to the site quicker, can really help reduce the pain. Now, you don't want to continue the activity while you're pumping yourself full of drugs, because when that drug calms down and goes away out of your system, your pain's going to be that much worse because you continue to irritate the area while that medication was doing its work. So those are really the take-home messages when it comes to reducing your headaches with the various activities that we've talked about today. Now, I'd love to have you guys subscribe. Scully and I, try and bring you content a couple times a week. We'd love to have you hit the bell, bring some more people in. Leave a comment, positive or negative. We'd love to have it. But until next time, Scully and I always like to say, look up and keep smiling. See you next time, folks.